Hello, Pisces. So these two cards are out on the table already because I was shuffling your cards and they fell out, and then I got a call and I had to stop everything because I couldn't miss that call. So I will just continue, keep going. And also, I've been doing something a little bit different during the readings or before the readings. I've been getting more and more inspired, like, to show you something when I do readings. And this is primarily because I felt the necessity to wear this before your reading. Scorpio got one as well. I don't know if I'm going to do it for every reading. This is Maison Francis Gerkschon. This is A la Rose. Beautiful French perfumery. Each bottle has 250 roses in it, the equivalent of the extract of 250 roses. This is a large bottle. This has about 500 roses in it. This is gorgeous, very clean, very refreshing, things changing. And by the energy that's presented here with the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, things are changing. So new horizons, new beginnings, new possibilities, things being cleared up, open energy. Show me more for the sign of Pisces. King of Cups could be dealing with a Scorpio, Cancer, or another water sign, Pisces. That's falling. Hang on one second. You have these two cards that popped out. King of Cups, Knight of Cups, the Magician. Looking good. Show me more for the sign of Pisces. The World. One more. And the Hermit in reverse. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Queen of Swords. So it seems like you've come to a fair level of discernment here. It sounds like you have somebody coming back into your life, or there's the potential for something to grow in a completely different way. It might not be the same person. It might be somebody new. Could be a water sign. It could be somebody who has water heavily presented in their chart. This feels like it's something good. I think what's happening here, Pisces, is you're letting down your guard. I know this is the water sign, but I'm feeling that this is the way that you're being presented as Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has gone through a fair amount of muck. She has been through some really, really big hurdles in love, in life. She's been treated like shit. She's been dumped upon. She's been dumped, discarded, somebody who really has felt the brunt of pain in relationships and connections with people. And it's interesting because I think that's an accomplishment, to be guarded is, I don't want to say to be guarded is an accomplishment, but to be guarded is to be knowing that, well, it's coming out of being guarded. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. I'm sorry, I don't want to confuse you guys. What I feel here is that you've dealt with a lot of things in the past with certain situations and regarding people that may have hurt you, may have been just very, very frustrating in relationships. And it feels like you're in a different energy of yourself now. You've experienced enough of that where you've changed, you've graduated, but it's within this level of discernment that you may have not had before. It's within a level of understanding and being able to cut somebody out if you need to, not overgiving or oversharing or, taking the reins and making everything happen and supporting a whole relationship by yourself because you want something positive out of it. It's a give and take. It's an equal exchange. And I think you've understood that now, Pisces. I think that that's where you're getting to. You may also, for those of you who are currently in a relationship that's newer, I feel that this is an energy where you're starting to drop your guard. You're starting to understand that not everybody's, POS. Not everybody's going to hurt you. This feels here, Pisces, that there's the potential for something big to happen, something good to happen, something positive to move forward. With the Ace of Swords, you have clear communication, you have understanding, clarity, and you have clarity in regard to the direction that you're going in. If this is with another person, it feels like they're genuine. They are very loving, warm, connected, emotionally responsive, reciprocal. They exchange their emotions with you clearly and for free. It doesn't feel like there's a big problem with that. And they want to start something. They want to, and if you're already in something, it's like it's just going to get more stable, more satisfying. That's what it feels like. For those of you who are not in a situation like this isn't your reading. Yeah, this is being very clear about the direction you want to go in with somebody, and somebody also feeling that in regard to you. It's interesting with the world here, looking back on this, I think that this is the transformation. I feel that you've been in yourself for so long with this Hermit in reverse. It's finally coming out of it. It feels like there's been a lot of guarding, a lot of blocking. Even if you're in a relationship, it's almost as if like you might not be letting the person access you 100% due to fear or due to frustration of how you've been treated. You also may have been harboring feelings for somebody else secretly. And it's like you haven't 100% gotten over that person that may have hurt you, even though this potential wonderful thing is in your life. If you don't have somebody in your life, it feels like somebody is coming, okay? And y'all know I am not somebody to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not somebody to just say, oh my God, things are rosy, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, I'm not that reader. I'm more realistic, and I focus on pain a lot of the time. This feels good though. This feels like you can, for those of you who are in a relationship with somebody who wants to show you receptivity, it's starting to let the guard down. It's starting to let that person access you in a fuller, more open way. I feel here too with the world, it's like, what do you need to release in your life to allow these things to manifest, to allow these things to happen? Where do you need to let yourself go? Where do you need to release the guards? What do you know is done? I mean, if you're still holding on to energy from somebody else in the past, I really suggest that you look at the person in front of you. And if they are a loving person, and, they're not going to be perfect, but if they are loving, they're willing to do the work with you, they're willing to share their energy with you and be honest with you and reciprocate, I think it may be important to finalize the past, okay? Because the past seems to be clouding your future or your present energy here. And I think it's important to be able to recognize that and, really honestly be real with yourself about what has happened to you, where it hurt, how it hurt, and how you can clear that up. Sometimes you're not going to get closure from somebody from the past. Sometimes you're not going to receive the right treatment. This queen knows that. This queen has pulled herself up from her bootstraps and made something new out of a lot of mess and chaos. Yeah, so very good. Very, very good. I'm going to go spritz over here because, life should smell good. And let's go ahead and clarify these cards. So you have the Hermit here. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Wands. So what I feel here is, Pisces, some of you may be dealing with a situation where it's whatever you've dealt with in the past, because I feel that this is a past energy that's kind of haunting you. Whatever you've dealt with in the past, it's almost as if like you're not certain about how the truth is with somebody, or it's almost like not trusting people to give you clarity, to give you answers, maybe because you've experienced something in the past with somebody else that's kind of tainted that energy. The Nine of Wands also talks about having your guard up. It talks about being defensive and creating boundaries. Sometimes, though, I think with the Hermit here too, and that Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck, sometimes we create boundaries that can be impenetrable, and they're for us. They serve us because they help us heal. They keep us safe, air quotes, but sometimes you have to let them go. You know, it's like embracing the truth of you, embracing the newness of you by letting these type of boundaries and restrictions go. You know, if you've had somebody in the past that treated you very poorly and made you constantly have to look in on what's true, what's not true, you know, it's coming to the terms with things change, things transform. You have this in reverse for the Ace of Wands. The Chariot in reverse is talking about there's potential for movement, but it's not moving. There's some stagnancy that's left over. The Chariot upright well, it's Cancer energy, but the Chariot upright communicates where we are excited about life, to get engaged with life again. We move forward. It's like coming out of a very kind of tumultuous period to move forward into something with success. Kind of like this thread that I keep talking about, like we're letting the past haunt us. We're letting things that occurred, whether they be in childhood, whether they be through a series of relationships that treated us poorly. It's like the guards are up. So, you know, the potential for somebody here to give you something, it's like you're still on the fence about it. This doesn't mean it's not going to happen, the Chariot in reverse. It just means it's like technical difficulties, delays, things not moving forward just quite yet. And I think we're having a hard time letting go of things in the past. But with this Ace of Swords and the Hermit here, this is telling you to cut the past away. You know, here we have the Hermit in reverse looking that way. Here he's upright looking that way. You know, we're looking into the past, the deep past. I think also we need to be able to heal and address things that have been painful for us. Don't be you know, don't be opposed to like going to therapy or talking to people that care. You know, sometimes we need that extra support, especially when things have gone awry. Pisces, you guys also internalize a lot of stuff. You and Scorpio internalize a lot of stuff. I think it's important to really be open about those things. Sometimes the things that we close out most are the things that need to be addressed most, you know. So the King of Cups. For the King of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. So whomever this is, Pisces, they they love you. They want to love you. They want to be let in. You have the Four of Pentacles here. I read this as dual energy, with you kind of blocking them out, but also with them trying to be stable in your life and like, I'm not going anywhere, just let me in. That type of energy. Oh, I guess this one popped out too, and it was upside down. Or not upside down, but it was in the deck weird. Judgment here as well. So this is over analyzing things, Pisces, analyzing this love, analyzing the potential for love. If you feel love that's genuine with this person, if you feel that they are open to you and connected with you and want to be with you and they're genuine about it, try not to like hold them at bay for too long. I don't believe that they're just going to up and leave, but you need to let them in. You need to let them penetrate your armor. Okay. Show me the Knight of Cups. You have Seven of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So with these two cards here, the Seven of Wands is interesting. It talks about a lot of anxiety. It talks about frustration. It talks about where we are defensive, where we have been fighting with somebody or we've been fighting ourselves. It's about letting down defenses. Also with the Nine of Wands in reverse, you have two cards here where it's like finally letting down your guard and letting somebody come in to communicate their emotions and their feelings to you or have an equal exchange with you, Pisces. Show me the Magician. The Magician, you have the Hangman in reverse. So if you've been, and the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, so if you've been defensive about the potential for a new beginning, or if you've been defensive about truly connecting with somebody, I think the opportunity is now, you know, to release your boundaries, I think, in a certain way, and get things moving, because it feels like you've kind of been stagnating yourself in a way just by fear that something bad is going to happen. Not everybody's bad, Pisces. Not everybody's out there to hurt you. You guys love a fair deal, and sometimes you give love to the wrong people. They're the right people because they're supposed to be there for your growth, so you can learn the lesson to not do that. But you know, sometimes we overgive, we overlove, we overextend ourselves, we take over situations and do it all in the name of love. And, you know, we can idealize people and put them on pedestals, even though we don't think that we are. We are sometimes. I'm a Pisces too. But it kind of creates this imagery and vision and bubble and sometimes expectation of what a person is supposed to be or supposed to live up to. And sometimes that's just not them, you know? And so it's like we almost set ourselves up for failure in certain ways when we do that with people, especially when we love them, because when we love them, that hammer just falls even harder. So here with the Magician and the Hangman in reverse, I think that this is finally, you know, you have a lot of contemplation energy here, a lot of thought, a lot of pain that's gone into this thinking. I think you're now ready to let this go, though. The Seven of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse. Allow somebody in, you know. And if you haven't met anybody, it feels like somebody is coming in, but you're going to need to let your guards down. The Hangman in reverse is an evaluation. It's a period of really taking time to assess yourself and to really figure out what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Show me the World. What's up with the World? Yeah, what I just said earlier. So you have, yeah, and at the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Cups. So this is the Eight of Cups. You know, the World, the Eight of Cups, these are both cards of finality, where we leave with the Eight of Cups, it's emotions. You know, sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean that you're leaving somebody behind. It can mean that you're leaving an aspect of yourself behind, or some situation that you know doesn't work for you anymore. You've outgrown it. You've graduated. You have a different look on things. And thankfully, in this reading, you're both coming up as king and queen. So you have an energy with somebody that's reciprocal, it's equal, give and take, share. You know, it's not something where it's like a little page and a queen, you know, that's immature energy. You have two people who can see eye to eye. You have two people who can communicate properly and who can build passion to move forward in their life. It's just allowing it to happen. Here with the Eight of Cups and the World, this is finality. It's letting things go. It's getting past those like negative emotions that we know don't work for us anymore. Where does that lead us? To the Nine of Cups, or the Ten of Cups. So you exceed the Eight of Cups, past the Nine, and now you're at the 10. This potential has, this has a lot of potential. This has a lot of connection here for a lot of positivity to cause you to feel good. But I think it's important too for you to step into your own power. Underneath that Ten of Cups, you have the Empress. The Empress talks about being fulfilled, being nurtured, having your cup so full that you can nurture others. It's my cup overrunneth, or my cup overfloweth. I don't know why I'm adding F to things right now. I feel very flowery. Perhaps it's Maison Francis Kirkshon a la Rose. Basically what I'm feeling here is that by releasing a lot of this anxiety and boundaries and guarding, you allow something really nice to happen. You allow you basically set the platform for something good to take shape. Okay, Pisces? Show me the Hermit in reverse. Show me the Hermit in reverse. Interesting. It came out in reverse. I'm going to read it upright and in reverse. So you have the Six of Swords. First of all, Six of Swords in reverse. This talks about having a hard time letting go of something, having a hard time here. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Pentacles again. So having a hard time moving away from something of the past, having a difficult time letting go of something that's kept your mind cycling through anxious and painful thoughts. Here, upright, we're moving away from things. We're having the courage to set forth on a new land, embark on new adventures. That doesn't mean just going on a trip. You know, this is a card of travel, but it also is a card of being, allowing things to let go, allowing yourself to experience something new. You know, travel doesn't just have to be, you know, get in the car and go. Travel can also be traveling away from emotions that are, you know, no longer effective in your life. Having done a fair amount of research into yourself, into the past, you know, and letting it go, because you have the opportunity and potential here for something really good, either with a water sign, an air sign, or a fire sign. It could be any sign. I'm not going to just limit it to signs, but those are the ones presented here. The King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, they're somebody who are very loving, they're emotionally responsive, they're connected, and they want to connect. Here, I feel you've got your guard up, though, okay? Show me the Queen of Swords. Show me the Queen of Swords. So you have the Knight of Cups for the Queen of Swords and the Fool at the bottom of the deck. So this is essentially telling me that it's just reiterating you're guarded against this. You may have not had a lot of emotional connection with somebody in the past or whatever this is. Perhaps it's an energy where you're healing emotional connection with the person that you're currently with. But I feel here that there needs to be a release of guarding, a release of just letting down your guards so you can actually access yourself and your emotions. Some of you may be scared to do that, and you may be coming off as cold. Try not to do that. Try to slip back into your natural self. If that is your natural self, then just try to be a little bit more open. But Pisces, you guys are very giving, you're very loving, you're very nurturing. And I think sometimes when that gets taken advantage of, you can shut down. And I think it's important to not miss the opportunity for something good to happen, because you have the potential here. Oh, nice. Under the Fool, you have the Magician. So the Magician is presented here twice. This is a new beginning. Things are changing. This is a new beginning. If you are not with somebody, there's the potential for something really beautiful to come into your life, Pisces. And I would say just release your, try to chip away at that. The boundaries, the being blocked off, not letting things in, not being emotional with people, just being kind of shut out. For those of you that are with somebody where the situation has been reciprocal, it has been connected, and you're having a hard time letting go of the past, I think it's important to let go of the past now, because you have the potential for something really beautiful to happen with somebody that genuinely cares for you, that wants to be here with you in your life, Pisces. This is quite a beautiful reading. This is quite a beautiful feeling that I'm receiving right now. So, oh, here, and under the Magician, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is essentially energy of somebody who is stable. It makes you feel stable. It allows you to be comforted. This is also talking about not just stability, but wanting commitment, wanting a connection that is actually committed with somebody. And I feel like you end up getting that, Pisces. This has been a really long road. I feel that a lot of the energies are changing now. I know that we're still probably in Mercury retrograde, or I don't know what's going on with the moon. I'm not an astrologer. I wish I were. Maybe I should learn about that. But my personal intuitive feelings are that things are changing, and they're changing for the positive. Things are changing in a way where we have to take the reins. We have to seek that change and allow it to happen. It's not just going to, fall out of the sky and whoop, you're changed. You have to be active in that change. You have to desire change and go after it. But it's changing nonetheless. Things are shifting. Things are moving. So let's go ahead and pull a Nocturna. And they're on the floor. All right, so you have Scallop and Dusk. All right, Scallop and Dusk. Let's see here. Scallop, goddess, travel, femininity, vessel. The scallop has many associations across multiple religions. It is affiliated with the Roman goddess Venus and the Hindu goddess Lakshmi, making it a symbol of femininity as a vessel. In Christianity, it is associated with the Apostle St. James and was a popular icon among pilgrims journeying to the shrine in the Spanish city of Santiago de Compostela. This gives the scallop its association with travel. An interesting thing to note is the ridges along the shell which converge, where are we? Together to one focal point at the base. To Christians, this is symbolic of the many pilgrims journeying to a holy site, while in Celtic society it resembles the sun's rays during sunset. I feel here too, Pisces, that, and I know not all of my viewers are female, but in regard to femininity, stepping into that softness, that openness, that willingness to exchange, that willingness to be flowy in your light and in your energy with somebody else. I think that that's important. And also too, I don't want to sound cheesy and say, oh, the thing that you're getting into is like a pilgrimage. It's like finding the Holy Land or da-da-da-da-da. But I think it feels like a relief from what you have felt in the past. I think it feels like something that you'd like to engage in further and get to know better. That's what it feels like to me, Pisces. So dusk, where is dusk? Dusk is the first page. Duality, cycles, beginning. The dusk card, along with her sister card Dawn, represents the concept of duality and the cyclical nature of day and night. Dusk is considered the time right before sunset, when darkness descends from the sky and the sun touches the horizon. During this time, nocturnal creatures start to emerge from their sleep. Where I live, bats can be seen flying around, their dark silhouettes standing out against the blazing sky. For this card, I decided to create a picturesque sunset typically seen on the west coast or in Hawaii, where I live and frequently visit. Watching the sunset against the ocean gives me a sense of departure as the light leaves these lands for other horizons. Absolutely, absolutely. The light's going down on whatever pain you've been experiencing, and new light is going to shine again. I know that sounds fucking cheesy, but newness is happening, change is happening, things are being revealed, you're being cracked open, and you're cracking yourself open, and it's vital that you allow that to happen, Pisces. A lot of shift, a lot of movement, but it happens when you dig deep. It happens when you release pain from whatever you've been experiencing, so you can actually receive and benefit from what's to come, and what is to come, or what's in your life. Not all of you are going to be experiencing somebody good, but whomever is in a relationship that's connected, that's loving, that is emotionally receptive, I feel that there's the potential for it to grow into something even more. But there's, again, that necessity for us to let down our guard a little bit, and allow somebody to come in, be warm, be nurturing, be open, be receptive. So, all right, Pisces, I hope this reading was helpful for you. If it was, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below. I very much appreciate those of you who have, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you for watching these videos, and I hope that they're helpful for you. Yeah, more power to you, Pisces. You're doing great. Okay. So good luck. I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.